Welcome to the Fox analysis. Now in this video, ladies and gentlemen, what if you wake up one day and you find that there are no tuktuks on our roads or in our towns or even in our cities? And the way we know that tuktuk plays a very vital role in terms of connecting people to their destinations. So this is what forms the basis of the analysis of this video. Kindly consider liking this video as you continue watching. Now, Professor Makau is one of the President William Ruto's advisors at the State House. And Makau is not just an ordinary citizen. He is a senior person who holds a high office. Becoming an advisor of the president becomes one of the most privileged opportunities that if you are given, then you become somebody who is kind of reasonable, or you are considered wise. But the latest statement by Professor Makau is kind of shocking. Professor Makau says that tuktuks needs to be removed from the towns and the major cities in this country and on the highways or on the roads, because they cause a lot of disruptions, they cause a lot of problems in our roads. Ladies and gentlemen, the question that we need to ask ourselves is this. Apart from Makau's statement, are tuktuks important in this country? And should we sacrifice the tuktuks in order to solve the problems that we face in our cities or towns or even in urban centers? Is it about poor planning of our cities and the roads or even the towns? So, number one question that we need to ask ourselves is that how vital or how important are tuktuks in this country? So, a rough statistics, a rough idea of the number of tuktuks that we have in this country is that we have over 250,000 tuktuks in Kenya. These are registered tuktuks, and remember, this is a sector that has offered employment to very, very many people in this country. And the same statistics test that we have over 750,000 tuktuk riders or drivers in the country. These are people who are earning a living out of the tuktuks. They provide food and basic needs for their families out of the money that they get from the tuktuks. And also it is roughly said that we have over 250,000 tuktuk owners or investors. These are people who have invested money in this kind of business in the country. And how many people does tuktuk serve? Ladies and gentlemen, how many people does tuktuk serve in a day? A rough estimation is that tuktuk serve over 5.5 to 6 million people in a day. So that is a rough estimation, ladies and gentlemen. So this is an industry or a sector that is very, very important and vital in this country. Again, when you look at the economic perspective of this business, it is roughly estimated that tuktuk contributes about 2.5 to 3% of the national GDP. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is something that is very, very important. The GDP, that is the 3% that the tuktuk contributes, this amounts to close to 273 billion money that this tuk-tuk is pumping in the country's economy. So this is a very important sector. This is a very important business. Somebody like Professor Makau can say that we do away with tuk-tuk business without thinking otherwise, or without even considering the repercussions or the outcomes. So this is something that should not even be heard coming from a professor like Professor Makau. Or does it mean that when they sit and dine with the kings at the high tables, then they forget the people who contribute into the taxes and the revenue generation, as to where the money is coming from that they enjoy in these bigger or huge offices? So this is something that must be condemned in the strongest term possible, ladies and gentlemen, because this is like telling the people who are employed within the tuk-tuk industry or sector that they are sent home, which will result into job losses, into families entering into depression, and many children or students that are supported by these tuk-tuk owners or even riders, they might even end up dropping out of schools, and we might see a lot of problems increasing in this country as far as unemployment is concerned. So, ladies and gentlemen, as usual, it is good to listen and to hear from you. Do you support Professor Makau Mutua that the tuk-tuks need to be removed from the towns, from the cities, and from the major roads? So what is your thought? What is your take, ladies and gentlemen? At the comment section, you can drop in your view and opinion as to what you think about Professor Makau's statement. Otherwise, until we meet in another video, this is the Fox Take. Have a lovely moment.